shit. Ignore me being a douchebag, not remembering your other donations. I'm so terrible. Guys, the top left-hand side in game 1 of this free game series, it's our red Terran player, ByuN. And he is going up against the blue Berserk to the bottom right. It is Solar from Splice. The MeUndies bot is still offline, by the way, guys. I really don't know what's going on with that. It's kind of a bit of a shame. But you should definitely check out MeUndies, just to sell out a bit at the start of this game. Below the stream, there's a link to my MeUndies affiliate link. Any purchase you make will refund the stream $10, and you get 20% off in the grand scheme of things as well. So you get 20% off your order. So check it out. Great underwear for men and women. And as we set on up into game 1 of this free game series, as we get this rolling. So I started to realize that I'm so dumb. I didn't realize this back base had actually less minerals and gas in it, which is obviously why people keep expanding out the front. I didn't realize that for ages, so it's kind of silly. And there is Neon Violet Light, one of the maps. It's just pretty cool to see. It's kind of novel with the kind of the squares by RQM, and I think Snoot's analysis of this map was actually very detailed, because he was saying that, you know, from a Z perspective, there's some bits and pieces, but he was also just saying that he doesn't think that these blockers, basically these purple squares are blockers. You can't walk through them, so you have to walk around, so it blocks certain units from being able to walk in certain directions. And Stu was just saying he feels as though, you know, it's a cool idea in ways, but at the same time, you may as well just sort of use bridges instead, because it does the same sort of thing, and just more effectively also. Just gonna see those couple things. Gonna go nibble away at that SCV. And get a few gaps over here. Instead of 1 gaps, and large units can move through this gap here as well. It's an interesting, you know, it's an interesting concept. The idea is to try and make kind of different compositions be a bit more effective, but it's just sort of, well, it's tough to really make it work properly, I guess, all the time. I don't know. It's a cool idea, but again, I think reading Snoot's comments really changed my mind about this map a little bit. I actually still like it. I still like the cosmetics. I still think it plays kind of interestingly. But reading Snoot's comments really made me think that maybe it could be done, but just a bit better, you know. When I have millions of dollars flowing, it's hard to keep it all on track. no, that's not true at all, because I definitely don't have millions of dollars. So, I mean, that should just summarize it, anyways, right? Early game here going to be an armory coming up from ByuN, so looking to go in towards a bit of a Hellbat base build here in these early stages. What's up, XGG No Re X coming in with a $5 sub as well. Wow, the sub hype is so legit today. There's so much of it coming through. Thank you so much. Give some love in the chat for another brand new sub. Taking advantage of that $2.50 sub deal. Half price this month, guys, for September. It's active until October 2nd. Raven on the way up from ByuN. Getting that set up and ready to roll. A couple of Hellions on the way. And again, the armory going to be finishing up in a moment or two. Roach Rowan going to finish up in a moment also here from Solo. So he's going to be playing the Roaches to help him defend in these early stages. As things coming across the map, and ByuN, these couple of Hellions having to pull them back. A little bit of a surround. But he didn't actually repair the Hellion. I thought he was going to repair the Hellion with the SCVs when it was blocked in still, and he probably could have saved it. Small mistake there by him. Anyways, he's got Marines and Hellbats pushing forwards. The first Roaches aren't ready just yet. And Solo continues to expand up the right-hand side. You're going to realize there isn't much of a chance to do damage into 4 Queens and a Spinecrawler, though. So he begins to back away. And instead, we'll drop in towards the main base in a moment or two with some Hellbats. And again, just look to try and get some damage done with this. But Roach is already in position. And ByuN just not able to do damage. I mean, he is in a good working position, though. 36 to 38. And now 36 to 42. But the Mules will help him out with that, taking the third base in the back as well, by the way. But yeah, the Mules kind of help him out with that. And it kind of puts him into a good spot overall as he just goes into Sim, gets ready to play Bio. It just puts ByuN in this spot now, basically, where he should be feeling pretty good about pretty much everything. Again, even if he doesn't do damage, he did force units, I guess, is what I've been trying to make the point of for the last few moments. As those couple of Lings will go through the back in towards the back base. That SCV might get kicked off here. It's going to be kind of close. Ling is not target firing. Lings will just go down. So Lings get cleaned out. So was just maybe not expecting them to do much anyways. But could have done a little bit more, perhaps. And he'd just been in the right place at the right time. That is all in. It's going to be Solo's play right now. That lair finished up, and obviously he had the Roach Rowan early. So he's going to look to knight us into the main base in the next few moments here for game number 1. So can ByuN defend against this? Well, he's actually got a pretty good army supply number. He's got a siege tank out as well. This is generally the sort of setup that can hold off and knight us all in. ByuN's vision, by the way, also will allow him to see that knight us, so you can begin to reposition and immediately start sending units up there. Tank on sieges and will relocate up to the high ground. I imagine, does he need SCVs here? Or does he just have a good enough surround anyways with the Hellbats and Marines? He might just have a good enough surround anyways, and well, there you go. Insta-kills the Nidus. And that's sort of the issue for Solo. He just has not, he just had, for Solo, he's just a little bit too late, and so ByuN just has enough units to insta-kill it. He doesn't even get Queen out to transfuse, which is kind of crazy. It's going to be seeing the free bases of Solo now going to continue to be droned on up. Again, that little bit of an attempt to Nidus from Solo, ineffective, and with being ineffective, it does mean that ByuN starts to run away in certain aspects of the game. The 1-1 upgrades are halfway done. That's something Solo does not have, because obviously he was expecting to end this game with the Nidus, and that's why the Nidus is quite a commitment. You do fall behind in certain ways, and that's why you need to find some sort of damage rather than where we're at now. Yeah, I'm just going to be seeing this medevac coming through, just going to be dropping down. He's going to be trying to get a drone or two. Gets a couple of drones already. Queen is actually continuing to target down that medevac, and it looks like the medevac is going to drop here. So medevac going down now. Another couple of workers are dropping as well. 4 workers picked off. Roach is getting both of those Hellbats there. And Solar getting back to mining. Order turret in the third base as well, though, and Solar was already behind on workers, remember, initially. Or not behind, but he wasn't in the position he'd want to be in against a Terran at this stage of the game. And so now he's only just starting his 1-1 upgrades. He's just lost 8 more workers, and ByuN just slowing Solo down and putting himself into a better and better position. Marines, Hellbats, and tanks joining up together. Looking to see what they can do. Tank just sieges here out the front, and again, Infestation Pit on the way up. Power upgrade coming through, as well as a few more Ravagers. Solo's still just playing kind of heavy Roaches and Ravager, though. Mostly heavy Roaches. And he's actually going to start working his way through these rocks. The fact there's 2 sets of rocks means it does take quite a lot of time to take down. He's going to start trying to make his way through this here, as we see ByuN loading up another medevac, or 2, this time 16 Marines. Going to be the dropping potential to go across the map with. Again, those Roaches going to keep getting picked away at, and again, just going to be continuing to see the debris here from Solar continue to be picked through. Overlords will start to see these medevacs now, so Solar will be able to start responding, start pushing units in towards the main base to help get rid of these. So, drop will start coming, a few lings immediately here, and the Roaches and Ravagers just a little bit slow to respond, but we'll get here eventually. Corrosive Bars will force the lift up and back away, and ByuN at the same time pushing through the northern side. Obviously not too worried about his drop, but just really wants something to be in position to be able to kind of then push with his main army and all the rest of it. So pushing around the right hand side, some creep tumors are dropping already. In fact, a whole bunch of creep tumors going down here so far, as we see lings and Roaches and Ravagers setting up to the right. Another tank or 2 can unsiege and relocate themselves. Still this army of ByuN, seeing where it can go. 2 medevacs in the sky. Start to heal up these units, and also opened the pathway into this base, so now ByuN's going to utilize it. Maybe Solo's going to regret that a little bit here, as we're going to be seen pushing forwards. Those Marines splitting up a little bit, tanking a siege as well. Obviously a whole bunch of tank siege here, and that's going to be the powerful set of units here against the Roach Ravager. Tanks will shell away at that, and especially with so many Roaches, those armored units will take that bonus damage. Mid-map, there's a bunch of lings that are trying to run around and kite and kind of tank. Oh, look at that though. The choke points here will be heavily favoring those Marines, and they're going to win that, no worries. Pushing forwards here at the same time though, ByuN still on the offensive. 2-2, about to be finished against just 1-1. Obviously that's a big benefit for him. He gets rid of this hatchery. Infestors burrowed in the ground, seeing what they can do. They land a fungal to the left, where Corrosive Bars are not going to follow up though. And again, the lings getting fired away on by siege tanks as they try and push further forwards. ByuN going to bring his tanks around here, actually. This tank is blocking the position. Those tanks take a long time to get around, because they have to go around the blockers. They don't fit through those single gaps. As lings, Roaches, and Ravagers to the right-hand side. Gonna see what else is happening. Couple tanks will start dropping. I'm just going to be seeing these Marines continue to push through the center ByuN sieging up another few siege tanks, and again a few lings coming to come down this ramp. Nice fungal growth. Yeah, I mean the thing is though, those tanks are just going to be doing so much continuous damage as that army tries to engage. And what it's going to do, try and hit a few corrosive bars on them, but getting in range to corrosive bar is an issue in itself. It's one set of corrosive bars there and gets rid of one tank. A third tank goes down, second tank goes down as well, but these tanks still just firing, and ByuN getting further and further ahead here in game number 1, looking to take the first game of this series, which is good for ByuN if he wants to advance through this group. A win here will send him through the group. A loss will then depend on Cyril's map score against Solar. GG's though, and ByuN picks up game 1 of this through the group. Well, Solar will start to fight back. Obviously, getting ahead early by holding off the Nidus attack. It is to bottom left hand side, our blue Terran player. It is, of course, team experts ByuN. Top right hand side, the red Zerg from Splice. It is Solar. Okay then guys, setting up into Octane once again. We just saw this map before, so we kind of know how it works out. This was the first map of the Solar Haas series, so let's hope for a nice little macro TvZ this time around once again. See, a bit of an extended game or so would be nice. One sec guys, sorry. I'm coughing. Oh my god. Okay. Why aren't we playing Acid Plant? Just the way the vetoes are going, mate. It's actually the only map that is... It's only the only map alongside Arch of Janus, which has only been played 3 times. So hopefully it gets picked in the final series of the day here. It should do, looking at the map pool. It should get picked again. But I feel as though it's like one of the weirder maps basically in the map pool, so... Yeah, it should hopefully get picked in the next series, and hopefully that will give us the chance to see it. Because I think a lot of people are enjoying the enjoying Acid Plant when we see it. Just kind of weird. It's one of the maps that we didn't really prioritize pushing into series today because it usually is one that makes it through the vetoes, and just keeps getting vetoed today, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll see it in the last series of the night. Thank you for the cheer 10, Google Chrome SE2. These are all for me. Thank you so much. ByuN early opening going to be that Reaper expand into racks in a factory, reacted racks in a factory. Continue to set up into this. And Dank Shrine coming in with the sub as well. What's up, Dank Shrine? How you doing? Making use of that sub temper. Thank you so much. See some Wardy hearts in the chat, please, for another sub coming through. 11 subs away from a brand new sub emote. Exciting times. Exciting times. Wardy feel good man's in the chat. Feels good, man. Today is a feels good man day, you know. No cast on my hand, on my arm anymore. I can drive again, so I can actually not nearly die by drowning when I walk home at night. The weather lately has been absolute crap at night. But there was one day in particular where I had to walk home at like 3 AM. It was so wet. It was insane. It started raining like 2 minutes after I left. And it poured down to the point where I got in. I had waterproofs on and everything. And it was just soaked through to the bone. It was mental. So yeah, kind of glad I don't have to walk late at night in the rain anymore. Overlord pops here and again, just setting up, getting ready to go. A few lings on the way out from Solar. A couple more Overlords as well. Nothing too crazy just yet on Octane. Continue to set up into this. Going to see that Overlord gets picked off as well. And all the rest. Again, for just talking about maps not being played or so, we are aiming to get all the maps played evenly throughout the tournament. And so, if we do have obviously kind of a map that has less representation, it basically will get forced into more and more map pools to be picked from in the round of 8, etc. So, you know, if we don't see Acid Plant today and it only has 3 plays, it's very likely we will force it out to be seen twice tomorrow or something instead. So, so yeah. Butron on the way up. And a lair as well from Solar. I wouldn't say this is like a super hyper fast lair this time around, just looking to be kind of a fairly standard roach play. So, continue to set up in towards this. This medevac going to load up 6 Marines and pull them back over to the side here. I'm just going to be seeing a couple of things getting picked away at. Spore Crawler taking some damage as well. Wouldn't mind. Didn't really do too much initially. And ByuN able to pick off a couple of drones. That'll be that for now. A couple more engineering bays on the way up from ByuN as well. I'm just going to be seeing the Hellbats morphed in. And they're going to get ready to walk up in towards the upper right-hand side. So getting ready to push in towards the upper right-hand side. And, well, Banshee getting targeted pretty quickly. There's finally the cloak coming in, protecting it from these queens. This is a bit of an attack that ByuN was going for previously in one of the in the last game, but then actually had to back away from because he realized it just wasn't going to work. Nidus is on the way again from Solar. He's looking to use the same build 2 times over here. As we're just going to be seeing the roaches and queens. Going to turn around. Banshee gets picked away once again. And that'll be that. 7 drones killed though. And well, we still have to see the Sniders maybe coming through in the next few moments. See what Solar can do with it. Yeah guys, I can't drive my car if I cast on because it's actually against my insurance because I drive manual. So my insurance doesn't cover me if I drive a car with my cast on. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I thought so too. Anyways, going to continue this attack. At the same time, Nidus starting to move in towards the main base. I mean, these roaches are getting pushed back though. It's going to be an interesting situation in a moment or so. As I see ByuN continue to push on forwards. And, well, I mean, he hasn't really seen the Nidus just yet. He sees it now. What's actually going to pop out here? Well, pretty much all the queens and all sorts. What's at home for ByuN? He doesn't have a siege tank or anything just yet. He starts one up, but that factory is going to be in trouble. I think ByuN might just be in trouble in general. As we're going to be seeing those Marines dropping down on the ramp once again. I guess something I didn't really pick up on was the lack of a Evo chamber or 2. And if the Evo chambers weren't here, then, you know, it is kind of a bit of an indication, I guess, that the lair is looking to be a bit more aggressive. So Solo just trying to do the all-in once again, but this time it's starting to really work out here. We're going to see the Liberator sieges up as the Roaches and Queens just still sat in the main. We're going to see the Queens working their way through the Liberator. Liberator does go down. Tank pops out. Is not really in a position to stay alive, and it's a GG from ByuN for Solar to tie it up 1 apiece. It's been very loyal to me. It hasn't really ever broken. It's had like things done to it. It's had to have a new battery. It's had to have a new clutch and stuff like that, but it's never broken down on me in like a really awkward place or anything. So we're setting up, guys, to the top right-hand side of the map. Our blue Zerg player from Splice is Solar. Going up against the red Terran player on the left-hand side, ByuN. 1 series left after this today. Even my music selection is soliciting subs. Sub focus. Oh, the memes. Yeah, guys, I mean, obviously, this month's been kind of crazy for me, but looking to get set on up. Does my map Acid Plant get vetoed a lot? I wouldn't say it gets vetoed a lot. For example, the first day, it got picked in the first series. And then after that, it just wasn't put back in. Obviously, we have 18 games per day and like 16 maps, so once it gets played, it's very unlikely it gets put back into the... Only a couple maps get put back into the map pool. Second day, it got picked straight away as well. And then you can go back into the map pool. Third day, it got vetoed, and then when it went back into the map pool, it got played straight away. And today's been vetoed twice. No, has it? I think today's just been vetoed. No, today's been vetoed twice, so I would say it gets vetoed a lot. I think it's just one of those... I think it's a map which doesn't really get vetoed a lot at all, just sometimes it's been a bit unlucky being kind of also kind of set up with other kind of standard / macro maps. And so the players just sort of pick one. I wouldn't say it gets vetoed a lot, though. Again, mate, don't worry. We'll make sure it gets played tomorrow. Like, we'll put, you know, if we have to, we'll put it in all of the map pools for the, you know, the round of 8 to make sure that it's more likely to get played, because we do want it to, you know, we are aiming, one of the main goals of our tournament here is to make sure the maps get played as much as possible. So that's what we've been aiming for. Anyways, setting on up into this game. So yeah, I wouldn't say it gets vetoed a lot, like it doesn't get vetoed any more than other maps, I would say. And I actually think it's been vetoed less than other maps for the most part. It's just today it's kind of getting a bit of hate, I guess. Not really hate. Obviously, maybe if it's like the same players that are vetoing it, or if the same player vetoes it twice, then it's the same thing, right? Like today, I'm not sure who did each veto today, but today it was in the map pool for Cyril versus Haas, and there is also in the map pool for Haas versus Solar. So it's very possible that actually it just got vetoed twice by Haas because he doesn't think he wants to play on it in PvZ, right? And again, it's just sort of, it's very hard to set it up to be kind of work around all those things on the move and stuff. Like, we're doing our best, but sometimes it gets into the same map pool with the same player. You maybe just vetoed it the first time. Anyways, let's focus up on this game, because there is a Wood Mine drop coming across. Just wanted to address that again. I really try to put a lot of time into kind of how the map vetoes worked and stuff like that to try and ensure that we see all the maps, so hopefully it works out, as we do just see the medevac coming in towards the upper side here. You're going to see this Widow Mine coming in towards the upper left, towards the third base. A couple of Queens just poking away on that Widow Mine as well. And the Raven on the way out from ByuN too. Wonder when the tiebreak for Group A will happen. It'll happen tomorrow before the round of 8. An hour and a half before. Do tune in for it. We'll be here to cast it. Overlord taking some shots, gets pushed away. Queen comes in, pushes the medevac away as well. And pretty standard so far. This time Solo throwing down the Bane nest, but he is once again going into a fairly quick lair. He's up to the 3 bases here on God's Garden, a map which we actually haven't seen very many macro or longer games on, and people have been playing very aggressively on this map time after time, so it'll be interesting to see how this does continue. What's up, Optimus? Thank you very much for the host, and hello everyone from Optimus' stream. How you guys doing? ByuN versus Solar right now, game 3 in the Team Liquid Map Contest Tournament, day number 4. And that's going to be finishing soon. And again, a few Marines coming in to push that Overlord back a little bit. And yeah, just pushing Overlords all around, just trying to obviously pick them off, but they keep backing away because there is that investment in pneumatized carapace made. Worthwhile for Solar, because otherwise he would have lost a couple of Overlords so far. One of the main features about this map, God's Garden by Yzil, is the 5 lanes of the map. 1, 2, kind of 3, 4, 5. From the right through to the left. Well, they all run top to bottom, right, but they're positioned kind of in fifths of the map, and yeah, something a bit different to what we're maybe used to seeing. It is classified as a rush map in this event as well. As you're just going to be seeing those lanes continue to move around. Are these maps for the next map pool, or the next season of map pool? So these maps are for, well, the Team Liquid Map Contest is designed to help find maps for potential future map pools, but they're not guaranteed to go into future map pools. But they have got the potential to go there if they're placed highly in the Team Liquid Map Contest and if Blizzard like them. A couple of drones going down. Queen's pushing forwards, want to try and get this medevac, but not going to be able to. ByuN does have a third CC which you can lift up and start floating into position. We really are just going into a very standard Lingbane Hydra game against the kind of bio forces. Lingbane Hydra has been pretty sweet in general, actually. Lingbane Hydra, it's a composition which is very solid, very kind of powerful, and used a lot in recent times. As you see these 2 medevacs coming towards the upper right to try and get some damage done once again. So these couple of medevacs coming up towards the top right. And they'll be unloading in just a few moments towards the side, the corner of this base. And well, so already starting to move into position. He doesn't have his Banes right here just yet. And the Stimmin will hope to get a Queen and maybe a little more, even if he just trades well with the Zerglings. Would be nice. ByuN going to target down a couple of Banes while lifting up. And a nice little trade-off in general. Couple of medevacs coming in towards the center of the map again. Some Hellions still here. I've actually seen ByuN being very good at keeping his Hellions alive and using them as a way to sort of set up and to push on forwards. These Marines unloading again, lifting back. Just ByuN moving around the map to see what he can do and where he can do it. 4th base comes up as well from Solo. And again, just going to be seeing the hatch just in front of this space. Obviously kind of protects it a little bit as well. Raven of ByuN to the side here is actually inside of this of this column. Don't think that's meant to happen, but very a very non-influential kind of bug or so. Again, these Lings are going to be moving around once again. Push forwards from ByuN to try and do a little bit more. That counter-attack, well, there's some Marines here in the Marauder too. ByuN's going to stim and fight this. He isn't going to pull back his army from the center, which he really shouldn't, of course. That'd be disastrous. He leaves the Hellbats in front to soak some of the Banelings. And ByuN's going to have to pull back up to the top side. Yeah, guys, sorry, I know the Observant isn't great at this. These SCVs going to fight these Zerglings. Sorry, I was about to press something, but not brilliant. I know the Observant isn't great today. I'm really kind of extremely tired because I had to wake up very early to go to the hospital to get my cast off. And my arm feels a bit funny with my cast off as well, so it's a little bit of a distraction as boom, Banelings in the center. ByuN gets forced away, lifting up and flying away to the left-hand side. 2-2 upgrades coming through from Solar, 2-2 on the way from ByuN. And Lingbane Hydra still moving around in the center of the map. Looking to see what else is going to happen. Solar Supply taking a bit of a spike here after that last little fight in the middle. Killed off quite a lot. And a whole bunch more Bane's going to start morphing in once again. Medevac's up the right-hand side. See what they can do again. And again, another group of Marines. Going to pick an Overlord off here to the left. Lings rushing on forwards, and we are going to see again just a little bit of Marine Marauder. We're going to see what else is going on. I'm just going to see again a few more Zerglings getting picked up right here. Marines dropping off, and we're going to again see just damage being done by ByuN. He was a few moments ago really looking a bit troubled in the game, but now he's really starting to just get into his stride once again as he begins to be the aggressor. He's the one who's dropping, he's the one who's dealing damage and pulling Solar around the map. That is until Solar pushes forward with this army here. A few Chainlings blocking the front. The T-Pill's already run down. ByuN, I love the way he plays. He's just like, yeah, you know, I know your army's right there, but until you actually start moving towards me, I'm not going to split or do anything about it. I'll just sit here and wait, and I'll split when I need to. And as we're going to be seeing the, well, the unit's going to get set up. This is interesting because ByuN might have a bit of trouble holding his third base location here. He's going to see Banes doing a lot of damage, and just like that, it's going to be GG. Solar is going to take the 2-1 victory. That puts